I want to quickly talk to you about how to build business credit for a new LLC. So if you have a new limited liability company, it's important to have a clear logic, a clear step-by-step that you need to follow if you are trying to build business credit on a consistent basis and do it in a streamlined manner over time. So here are the steps I really want you to follow right now. The first thing you need to do is to establish your LLC. So you need to establish your limited liability company. This happens at the state level, and you do not establish an LLC at the federal level. So the IRS is not involved. The federal government is not involved. State authorities are the ones to allow you to establish your LLC. Now, depending on the rules that are available in your state, you might actually file your LLC within a day or two. In some states, it might take up to 7 days to actually file your LLC, because the thing is, once you actually have the paperwork that you need to submit, you need to pay the filing fee, and in some cases your state must actually conduct some due diligence to see that everything is fine before approving you. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do. The second thing you want to do is you want to have a system in place where you are separating personal and business finances. What you want to do here is you can use a software tool, you can use an app, you can use Google Sheets, you can use Excel, whatever it is. You got to have a system in place whereby you are separating business and personal finances. The best way to actually do this is actually use a credit card. So you can use a personal credit card for personal matters, and and apply for a business credit card and use that business credit card for business matters. So this is a very important way because it allows you to actually create something called you want to have liability protection. That's really important. If you want basically to divorce your personal affairs from your business affairs, you are creating liability protection. And also trying to get a DUNS number. So there is something called DUNS number. This is basically a number you get from Dun & Bradstreet. So this will help you actually separate again further your LLC from your personal affairs. So this is really important. And you also need to try to get vendor credit, try to get the right business credit card. And you want to start with your current bank. And try to always start with your current bank. So the bank where you currently have a personal account, try to open a business bank account with that bank also. But before you do this, you need to have something called EIN, your employer identification number, which is a number you actually get from the IRS. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. We're having a quick conversation about how to get business credit for your new LLC. Now, when we talk about building business credit for your LLC, what does a healthy business credit profile look like? Let's have a conversation about that. The thing here is that when people talk about building a business credit profile for your new LLC, they need to have a clear understanding of what healthy business credit is. First of all, when you talk about business credit for your LLC, you have something called business credit bureaus. There are three of them. The top three. You have Dun & Bradstreet, you have Equifax, and you have Experian. And the thing is, when we talk about Dun & Bradstreet, a healthy business credit score is something that is at or above 80. So there's something called a PAYDES score. So a PAYDES score is your business credit score with Dun & Bradstreet. You have similar metrics when we talk about Equifax business and Experian, but you want to be at or above 80. So 80 is considered to be average, and anything above that will be really great for you. And so another way to actually gauge your business credit, the health of your business credit, is the diversity of business credits that you currently have. You want to actually try to have a variety of business credit. So you want to have, for instance, you want to have business credit cards. You want to have a business line of credit. You want to have a business loan. You want to have a net 30 account. Now, I'm not asking you to actually go and indebt yourself, actually accumulate debts. No. If needed, when you need those debts, then you can actually apply for them, right? If you do not need them, you don't need to apply for them. But if you need them, yes, go ahead and apply, because this will help you establish your business credit faster, okay? But again, I want you to remember that everything starts with your banking relationship, because from your bank, you can apply for a business credit card for your new LLC. You can apply for a business loan for your new LLC. You can apply for a a line of credit for your new LLC. So you do have a lot of options. The only thing you cannot get from your bank is a net 30 account. But good thing is you have a lot of ways to get a net 30 account for your new LLC. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to get business credit for your new LLC. It's really important to have a clear understanding of the fastest way to build business credit for your new LLC. So because there are ways where you can build a new LLC's credit slowly, gradually, consistently, but there are ways to actually accelerate the whole process. So if you are in a situation where you want to accelerate the whole process, I want you to really do one thing for me. You want to go back to a company called Dun & Bradstreet, and you want to first create something called a DUNS number. You need to have a DUNS number, and this is where everything starts. And the DUNS number, even if you are not applying for it, like even if you data has not been reported to Equifax Business or Experian Business, they use that number as well. So everything starts from there. Once you get a DUNS number, try to get an EIN. EIN means that you are getting an employer identification number for your new LLC. So this is actually a sort of a quasi social security number for your LLC. This is going to help you to pay your taxes, to file your taxes also, because as an LLC, you don't pay taxes at the company level. You pay taxes at the personal level, but you still need to file something called an informational return called Form 1065 if you file as a partnership. Because as an LLC, you can also file as a sole proprietorship, but that's another topic for another day. So what you want to do here is that you want to actually get your EIN. Your EIN will allow you to file your taxes, but also allow you to open a bank account, which is something you really want to have anyway. So the fastest way to actually build business credit for your new LLC is to actually have a business bank account. And from that business bank account, you can apply for the credit card I was talking to you about earlier, the business credit card. There are several types of business credit cards. Some of them are secured, some of them are unsecured. Depending on the credit profile you have at the personal level, you might actually qualify for an unsecured business credit card. But it's not just about getting the business credit card. Make sure that your issuer reports your activity to the credit bureaus. Remember, without reporting, you're not going to benefit from whatever good behavior you have. So it's important that your new LLC's activity, business credit activities, be reported to the business credit bureaus. Again, the top three, you want all of them: Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. That way, you establish a pattern of consistency that will be really helpful in allowing you to get further business credit. So besides actually getting a business credit card for your new LLC and a business loan for your new LLC, try to set up net 30 accounts for your new LLC. The thing is that I think I was telling you earlier that it's important that you have a variety of business credit types, right? Because when you have a business loan for your new LLC, that's an installment loan. When you have a business credit card for your new LLC, that's a revolving line of credit. And so is a business line of credit for your new LLC. But a net 30 account is actually considered a revolving line of credit, but is in a different category, which is why you want to add that different category to your stack of business credit types. And so if you do it the proper way, you will realize that your paydesk score, if we're talking about Dun & Bradstreet business credit score, your paydesk credit score will go up big time, real fast. And that's what you want. You want to be in a situation where your business credit score goes up. And the thing is, when we talk about setting up a net 30 account for your new LLC, there are a lot of players in this field, from Granger to Uline to Quill. You also have like t-shirt business. You have a lot of net 30 accounts. They're very easy to apply for. You don't have to spend too much money. Some will charge you to actually help you build business credit because they know it's a service they're offering you. Some will not charge you. So you just need to see which one works for you. And the bottom line here is you need to make sure that your new LLC also has to have a payment cycle, and that you want to choose a business credit card or a net 30 account that actually fits your payment cycle. By the way, at the beginning, this might be a net 15 account or a net 10 accounts before the vendor is comfortable about your LLC, your new LLC. Once they're comfortable, everything is fine. You also need to understand payment schedules. So if they tell you, listen, the due date, you want to make payments by the due date or before the due date, that's even better. And you want to automate things. Don't try to manually pay your bills, because stuff happens. You might forget. But if you automate things, then you will never forget. Well, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to get business credit for your new LLC. It's important to really understand that if you're trying to get business credit for your new LLC, know your current business credit score if available. Now, there are a few scenarios where you can have a business credit score if you are a new LLC. For example, let's say you actually acquired an LLC from another member. Right? Let's say this is not a new LLC, like a brand new LLC. This is an LLC that you actually acquired from someone, and then you rebranded the LLC. In that case, there could be a business credit score already for that LLC. So even if you changed the branding, if you change the name, for instance, the business credit score may not change depending on the rules of the state where you are operating. Remember, when we talk about an LLC, we're speaking about state operations. So if your state doesn't really recognize a new LLC simply because of a name change or because of ownership change, then you might still keep the business credit score. So that's one way to have a business credit score. Another way is that if you, let's say, the owner of the LLC was in another business before and is actually bringing his or her business credit score onto the new venture, this could be a situation where you actually have a new LLC already with a business credit score. Either way, you need to know your current business credit score so you can see what works and what doesn't work. The thing here is that it's important to really understand that if you already have a business credit score, you need to pay attention to you need to validate that data that's already in your business credit file. Is the data accurate? Is the data referring to the right entity? Is the data actually legit? So you have to make sure you pay attention to those things. And you also need to pay attention to business formation. In other words, is your LLC structured properly? So we're talking about making sure you have articles of organization, you have operating bylaws, and you have to comply with the rules and regulations in the state where your LLC is formed, including appointing a registered service. So, a registered agent service. So the thing is, remember, your registered agent must be available during normal hours and actually be ready to be served court papers and regulatory documents. So you need to actually have those. You need to have that configuration for your state to qualify your new LLC as a legit company, and you need that before you actually start getting into loans, lines of credits, and other stuff. Let me give you a few pro tips here so we are clear about what we're talking about here. How do you actually maintain your new LLC's credit? So basically, you started from zero, right? But let's say after 1 month, you got some good credit already. Like your payday score is around 80 or 75 or 70 or what have you. It doesn't really matter, but at least you have something. There are things you can do to actually maintain your new LLC's good credit or reasonable credit. You want to pay your bills on time systematically. You want to pay your bills on time, and you want to monitor credit reports, not just your business credit reports, but also your personal credit reports, because there is a correlation between your personal credit score and your business credit score. There is. And so and you also need to make sure that you are keeping your credit utilization low, because we're talking about making sure that you have some kind of a hierarchy. When you monitor your credit reports, your FICO reports, your payday reports, you need to also make sure that you keep your utilization, your CUR low, your utilization low, not only on the personal report, but also on the business report. You need to communicate with creditors. If there is a problem, make sure that you are able to have a conversation with the creditors. Your new LLC is going to go through a rough patch, And during that time, you need to be in a situation where you are constantly talking to your creditors, so they are aware of your situation. A lot of folks think of it as a counterintuitive, like, I don't want to let people know that I'm having problems, but sometimes it's just a lot better to know that at least you can get help. Okay, and one thing you also want to do is you want to regularly review your financial statements. So your new LLC doesn't have actual financial statements yet, but it does have projected financial statements. So you want to review those documents also, and you want to update your information with the credit bureaus from time to time, so you are sure that you have proper information with the credit bureaus. Let me actually close to this conversation by giving you a bonus. If you're trying to get business credit for your new LLC, there are some credit building mistakes to avoid, and this will help you down the road. The first thing is never engage in late payments. If you get a business credit card for your LLC, if you get a business loan for your new LLC, make sure that you make payments on time. Late payments really can have a detrimental effect on your overall strategy. You also want to do not apply for too much credit, because you want to really be strategic about the type of credit you apply for. That way you can actually save your energy, credit wise, but also save your energy literally. You want to actually do not neglect personal credit. Personal credit is going to play an important role when it comes to your overall health for your new LLC. So if you want your new LLC to actually have a credit score above 80, you are going to start thinking about your personal credit. The last thing you want is to have a large delta between your personal credit score and your business credit score. For example, let's say your personal credit score is 300 or 400, and your business credit score is 80. There's a big delta. You do not want to have that. And don't forget about your credit reports overall. You want to monitor your credit reports all the time, so you are clear what's happening and what's not happening. And the thing is that way you are never surprised about stuff that appears on your credit reports. And you also do not close old credit accounts. If you do not use your, again, I'm talking about the personal level though. Let's say you're a new LLC member. You are the founder and the member, and stuff happens and you do not want to close old credit card accounts. Don't close them. Leave them there. I mean, they're not bothering you. They're not doing anything to anybody. So leave them there and use your time to actually beef up your credit elsewhere. The only time where you might think about closing your business credit score, your business credit report, the only time where you might want to do this is if they're charging you crazy amount of fees every single year. And you also make sure that you establish great relationships with vendors. I told you before, you have a lot of vendors who will work with you. They will actually give you the cash, not the cash, to give you the credit limit that you need. But you got to there's an entire process to follow if you want to qualify. But you could qualify. Anybody can qualify for that special bonanza. So do not forget about the vendors, because they are going to help you build good business credit, especially business credit with your partners or your business partners, but also with other people. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I just spoke to you about how to get business credit for your new LLC. So I give you the steps. So I spoke about the steps to build a business credit for a new LLC. And I give you also the pro tips. In other words, the tips for maintaining your LLC in good standing. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.